This is Super Tendo Boy, and here I am for another little concept video. As you can see, I don't have anything set up like many of my other contraptions. That's because this little gizmo here, I actually created mainly for my magic system that I'm working on in my adventure map series that you might see. And so I thought I'd just copy and paste it over quickly because I don't really have a proper setup for this. But this is really cool. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So in my adventure map, it's like medieval themed, and so I was looking at some aspects of other games like, I don't know, Skyrim and, you know, other types of RPGs that I could base it off of, even though obviously it's a Minecraft map. And I thought, you know, you should be able to ride dragons instead of just fight dragons. So, what I can do here is I can go up to my little EnderDragon here, and I can just right-click him. As you can see, I'm riding this dragon. Nothing new here. This has been accomplished many times before. But what's so amazing about this is if I click this button, I will be able to control the dragon like a horse. So, just click this button, and wherever I look, the dragon looks and turns that way. And as you can see, he moves his head along with how I move my head. The big thing is, since it's a dragon, you can't make him stop. He just keeps moving, and so I'm not pressing any keys. I'm just looking in directions, and this is really, really cool for me. And you know what the amazing part is about this? This works really well in multiplayer. Now, I didn't put this on my server because at the current state my server's at, there's a little bit of a problem with crashes involving command blocks. And also, I just thought this would be a lot better because then you guys can watch me tour my world here. You guys would want to see like my creative server that I have. I could do a tour by riding an EnderDragon and have my friends ride on it too. But I just thought to make it really quick and simple and be able to show you the commands and not have to organize a little thing, I do this, which is really awesome. There are the possibilities for this. There's so many, and as you can see when I look in the inventory, it says horse, and I can obviously rename that to EnderDragon, and that's just because this uses a horse, if you couldn't tell. But as you can see, I can still use items. I could use a fishing rod. Most importantly, I could still use a bow. Now, there is one big downside to this, and this downside I added on purpose. You can easily disable this, but I added this on purpose just for the use that I'm using it. As you can see, the dragon can't go up or down, which I added that because I thought if you can go up and down, if you're riding your dragon and you're looking downward, then your dragon's gonna do a dive bomb. I wanted to make it so that you could, like, this is just for like looking at the view. So like you'd start your dragon riding at a really high altitude, and then from there you could just survey everything else. And this dragon just works like any other dragon. It'll do damage to other players. It'll get healed by crystals. And hold on, if we just go into game mode 0 right here, as you can see, the dragon still doesn't attack me or anything. So he's kind of your master. Now what I'm going to use this in my adventure map for is, also I'm going to make this so you can do it in survival. So you can implement this to your world. Is once you get the dragon egg, after defeating the EnderDragon in survival, you'll be able to put it over a fire, and then you can hatch it into a rideable dragon, just like in rideable or baby dragons mod. And the other kind of downside is that you're way above the dragon. Now, I could make it so you're riding the actual dragon, but there's two big problems with this. There's a small chance the dragon would be able to hurt you, and the other big problem is you wouldn't be able to see stuff. Because the dragon's face, his body would be in your face, and you couldn't look down and get this wonderful view that you're getting with this here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press shift to dismount my EnderDragon here, and then I'll die, and then I'll be teleported here, and then I can just go ahead and go back into game mode 1. And then the dragon follows you just like an EnderDragon, except since he's your pet, when he gets too close, he will jump away from you, which is kind of derpy. But what I can go ahead and do is I can just go ahead, kill entity, and then do type equals EnderDragon. And here now I'm going to explain how the redstone for this works. It's really easy. Now this looks complicated here, but actually I'm going to show you step by step how this works. And if you want to, I can even give you the map download or a schematic for this if it's too difficult for you to pull off. So we have a really quick fill clock here, which might be laggy for some of you guys, so you can just use a slower clock. It shouldn't change it that much. This doesn't need a super fast clock, but I'm just really into these new fill clocks. So what we have here is we executing with players with a let's see, a minimum Y rotation of 112 and a maximum Y rotation of -68. And so what we're doing is we're testing for 8 different points that the player is at when he's rotated. Here, 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 here. And so that one, as you can see, it was negative. We're testing for, I believe, -135, which is looking straight this way. So what we do is we do any players that have an X coordinate between here and here, so these 3 blocks worth in that direction. Then what it does is it sets the EnderDragon's motion. Any EnderDragon within 8 blocks, we set his motion in that direction. So like, say we were testing for, let's see, -90. What we would do is we'd have any players within, like, let's see, -112 and, I don't know, somewhere between here and here. Like there'd be a parameter here and a parameter here. Then it would change the EnderDragon's motion moving that direction. And if you guys need a tutorial or a more in-depth explanation, I will go ahead and do that, because this might be a little confusing. And then we have one for each of the 8 directions that the EnderDragon moves, because I thought 4 would be too limited and the dragon's movement would be really choppy, but I thought 16 would be too much and that might just kill your game, or it just might be overkill and it might not even matter. So yeah, we have the 8 different things with the different motions. I'll leave one version of the commands in the description. If you guys want all of the commands, then actually, you know, I'll just look down there. There should be all 8 of them, because it's kind of hard figuring out what the exact coordinates you want. And see, with this running, you'd think that would do it, but that makes the EnderDragon move in the direction, but it doesn't make him look that direction, so it looks really derpy. So what I have here is execute. We have the same command corresponding to this side, except this time what it's doing is it's executing again on the EnderDragon, and it's telling the EnderDragon to run this command on itself. TP itself, just the EnderDragon itself, and we want it to change its coordinates to the specified coordinate that's in between, that's pretty much at the player. So we want it to look the same direction as the players, which 45 would be in between a player's, would be the equivalent to a player's -135 rotation, if you get what I'm saying, because the coordinates are inverted. I have a little chart of it. Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to set all of his rotations accordingly to whatever the player's rotations are, and we do that 8 times, and we go ahead and get our dragon. Now, here's the another kind of problem with this. As you can see, when he gets too close, he doesn't have enough time to attack you. He just moves away, and that's because you're supposed to be riding him. So, the only way to get on is if you run this command, which is also in the description. You want the EnderDragon, you want him, who doesn't have any special tags on him, to be riding, to have a horse riding him that's tame, has a saddle, is invisible, and then you want the dragon riding a minecart. And so when we summon that, as you can see, we have a minecart here, so we can't move yet. And then we have the horse way up here. I left the particles on so you guys could tell that there's an actual horse there. And then when we go up and right click him, then we get on the horse, which makes us about 7 or 8 blocks between us and the EnderDragon. And then if you want to set the EnderDragon to go free once you're on the horse, we have this command, which just kills all minecarts within 15 blocks, which would be that minecart there. And all these commands will be in the description. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to leave anything in the comments. I don't want you guys to just try to figure it out on your own. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this awesome new concept, and I'm pretty sure you should be able to do this with all mobs. I just thought it would be coolest if I went ahead and did it with an EnderDragon. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. As I said, leave a comment if you have any questions. But yeah, guys, expect to see more videos concerning things in my adventure map and its magic system. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching!